Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Flying Doghouse. We are going to do another cross-country trip tonight. We'll get started here at the top of the hour. Going to have a cross-country trip in the Cessna 172 from Carenado. It was just released last week. So, what's the best thing to do while you're on a cross-country trip? That's right, buy another airplane. So we're gonna make our way from Space Coast up to Jacksonville Executive in the new Cessna 172. So we'll get started here in just a few minutes. We've already gotten our runway assignment here. We are cleared. We were cleared to taxi, so we are at the hold short line of runway 27, and we will be departing shortly out of Space Coast. Thanks for joining the live stream. We'll get going here in just a few minutes. And welcome everybody back to the Flying Doghouse. We are about 10 minutes away from starting our live stream. Leg number 4, cross-country tour here. We're going to have a fly in the Cessna 172 from Carenado. We'll get going here in just a couple of minutes. And we will make our way to Jacksonville Executive. So I did pick up the Cessna 172 over the weekend from Carenado. A video review coming out shortly. But for tonight, we're just going to have a fly and make our way to Jacksonville. And we're in the early morning here in Space Coast. We are at the hold short line, runway 27. So we will be contacting the tower at the top of the hour. Ooh, I rhymed. We'll get going here just a bit. So this is not going to be a high-speed affair tonight. So I shortened the leg. But it will be fun all the same. Right in the shadow of a tree. All right, stream health looks good for tonight, so that should not be an opportunity. And as I mentioned, we are sitting at the hold short line at runway 27, so let's make sure that we can actually see the sim. Yeah, there we go. So we won't record a whole flight tonight, sitting at the intro panel. All right, so we have gotten the aircraft configured and ready to go. Go ahead and add 10 degrees of flap here and go ahead and get those extended, and we will use that for our departure. Our VFR departure clearance is at or below 1,500 feet. We are squawking 4532. We've set the altimeter. Really, we are just hanging out here for a couple of minutes to make the live stream start official. So day before yesterday, I had absolutely no voice at all. So it has rebounded nicely, I think. As nice as it's going to get. All right, we can... we'll go ahead and contact tower. Tower frequency here is 118.9. Space Coast Tower, November 123 Alpha Zulu, holding short, runway 27, ready for departure.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Space Coast Tower, runway 27, winds 110 at 5, cleared for takeoff.
Winds 110 at 5, cleared for takeoff, runway 27, 123 Alpha Zulu. All right, so we can go ahead and come off the parking brake and go ahead and start our taxi since we have been cleared onto the active. So again, this is the brand new 172 Carenado, 1950s, mid-1950s variant. It was released last week. So we'll do a full review. That video will be out shortly. But I thought it might be fun to mix it up a little bit here with the cross country. What's a better excuse of buying an airplane than flying into an airport and seeing a nice vintage 172 and putting that in your hangar. But at any rate, we've already gotten our clearance from Say Intentions. We are sitting on the runway, and we are about 4 minutes from official start of the live stream. So we'll sit here for just a moment. We are squawking 4532. We've set the altimeter, and we are going to be making our way northbound to Jacksonville Executive. So pretty straightforward VFR flight here, early morning hours, Florida. We'll be making our way here in a moment or two. If you're watching the live stream or the replay, we appreciate you being along for the flight. Yeah, Carenado's done a great job of the texturing in this airplane. The exterior looks marvelous. The flight model, it's different enough for me from the 170B to be of interest. Again, we do have a full review video, so we'll...
Regional Liner Quebec, cancel the option, request left turn out.
Piper 9er Quebec, left turn out approved. Report leaving the pattern.
We'll have that video out shortly.
Tower 9er Quebec is leaving the pattern and the control zone.
Piper 9er Quebec, roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
All right. We are close enough to the top of the hour to go ahead and commence our takeoff roll here. You're just now joining the live stream. Welcome. We are departing Space Coast Regional, and we're making our way to Jacksonville Executive. And we're taking the Cessna 172 Vintage Edition for a fly tonight. We are up, positive rate. Flaps coming up. Maintain runway heading here for a bit. Our departure instructions were 1,500 feet or below, so we will abide by those. And we'll contact departure shortly. And we're using the red and white livery, of course.
Skylane 527, you're leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved. Frequency change approved. Skylane 94527. Piper 9er Quebec, contact departure.
Yeah, Space Coast departure. November 123 Alpha Zulu is with you, 1,200 feet. We are west of the airfield, making our way VFR to Jacksonville Executive.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Orlando departure, radar contact.
November 123 Alpha Zulu. All right, we'll be making our turn here in just a moment.
Zulu, you already have flight following. Continue VFR to Jacksonville Executive.
Roger, 123 Alpha Zulu. All right. Swing our way to the north. And we'll come back on the throttle here. So if you're joining us for leg number 4 and you were on the previous 3, you'll notice that we have switched aircraft.
Departure NASA 802, like to pick up IFR clearance out to St. Martin. We're at 2,000 feet and 2 miles east of the shuttle landing facility. We had information Foxtrot.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Direct Manly, then it's file. Squawk 2471 for NASA 802.
Reminder, departure, Coast Guard, Hilo 0 Tango Tango. Do you have any radar contact?
And if you're just joining us, we have departed Space Coast. We're making our way VFR in the Carenado 172 that was just released. We're heading up to Jacksonville Executive. We are using say intentions for the flight tonight. I thought it would be fun to take the new bird out for a spin. So I shortened the distance on this particular portion of the cross country, so we'll make our way to Jacksonville Executive and then we will be done for the evening. And we'll do another cross country leg later this week and we'll jump back in the Cessna 414.
TBM 1 Juliet November climb and maintain flight level 260.
Climb and maintain flight level 260, 1 Juliet November.
TBM 1 Juliet November, contact Miami Center on 124.1.
Contact Miami Center on 124.1, 1 Juliet November.
All right, so we're coming up now on Titusville. So Kennedy Space Center would be off for 3 o'clock.
Approach November 248 Tango Charlie, I have a request. I'd like to request the ILS 7 into KORL 8 Tango Charlie.
8 Tango Charlie, cleared for the ILS 7 approach into Orlando Executive.
Cleared for the ILS approach 7 into Orlando, KORL 8 Tango Charlie.
And Bravo airspace in our area is 3 to 10,000 feet MSL. We're currently operating around 1,300 feet, so we are good with that. No need to request clearance into the Bravo airspace. We'll stay clear. And we are not using autopilot for the evening flight. We are stick and rudder this evening. See, we do have a few multiplayer folks in the vicinity. And we'll leave that on. We'll cut it off if we need to, based on any flyby shenanigans that may or may not take place. So I have spent a couple of flights here in this new 172. But it's very, very stable, as you would expect. It does not like lower speed. It can be a little twitchy. But be careful if you do purchase this. Be careful on your approaches. Don't get too slow. You will drop a wing and it will ruin your day. Otherwise, cold and dark start is very, very straightforward, as you would expect with an aircraft of this vintage. And it does have the add-in Garmin's included just for, I guess, operating convenience in the sim. And you're going to want to create your own custom camera views. And I'll be expecting a handoff here in the next few minutes to Jax from Space Coast. Right now we are still on the 134.950 for comms. Taking a little bit of liberty here with the altitude.
Departure NASA 1982 is checking in with you, 4,000 for 5,000.
NASA 1982 Orlando approach radar contact. Fly heading 028 vectors to Apollo. Then O navigation.
Yeah, it is interesting.
028 Apollo, resume O navigation, NASA 1982.
Interesting how the volume varies a bit in say intentions. I've also got this mixed, so recording wise you might not hear much of a difference. Let's jump outside the plane. Take in some scenery for the evening. I'll look back toward the Cape here for a minute or two. Okay, so I guess we're coming up on New Smyrna Beach here. Continue to make our way to the north. And our flight path will take us up over just to the west of Edgewater and also New Smyrna Beach. I love the old vintage upholstery in the airport.
Contact Daytona departure on 125.35.
Hey, here's our handoff.
Sector Cessna 738 November Lima is 5 miles south of Oki. Request flight following to Kilo Hotel Echo Golf.
Cessna 738, NL Orlando approach. Squawk 4127 and ident.
Squawk 4127 and ident. 8 November Lima.
Cessna 8 November Lima radar contact. Tree west of Tradewinds Aerodrome at 4,500 feet. Scottsmore altimeter 29er 8 tree.
Orlando departure 123 Alpha Zulu, frequency change. Good morning, Daytona departure November 123 Alpha Zulu is type Cessna 172. We will be making our way VFR to Jacksonville Executive.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Daytona departure. Good morning, Oak Hill, altimeter 299er1.
Altimeter 299er1, 123 Alpha Zulu. Okay, got our altimeter tweaked.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, transition through the Daytona Beach Regional Class Charlie airspace is approved. Maintain appropriate VFR altitudes. Remain this frequency.
Class Charlie airspace access approved. Maintain VFR altitudes 123 Alpha Zulu.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, roger. Maintain VFR altitudes through Class Charlie airspace.
123 Alpha Zulu, roger. And as usual with me and a 172, I am tearing through the air. Gee, what a shocker.
Daytona approach, Bonanza 81956 request.
Bonanza 956, say request.
Bonanza 81956 holding at Timmy. We'd like to request the RNAV 07 into New Smyrna Beach, please. For the RNAV 07 approach and contact tower 119.725 when established, Archer 956.
think the sounds are reasonable here in the aircraft and outside the aircraft. Interesting to see how this one is going to react to the 172 sound add-in. Not sure if that's been released yet or not. When it is, I'm going to pick it up, do a video. Since I do spend a fair bit of time with this airframe. At any rate, be curious. Any of you have
956, go ahead.
this 172 from Carenado?
1956, we'd like to request 3000 and the RNAV 2, Circle 7, New Smyrna Beach, please. I maintain 3,000 feet, cleared the RNAV 2, Circle 7, New Smyrna Beach, 956.
And speaking of New Smyrna Beach, here's the airfield.
Piper 199er, Quebec, Quebec. Daytona departure radar contact.
Daytona Beach departure, can you make sure our destination shows Vero Beach Airport?
9er, Quebec, Quebec, affirmative. Your destination is now showing as Vero Beach Airport.
Daytona approach Seneca 477 Charlie Mike is 15 miles south of Flagler Executive at 5,500 feet.
And we are continuing to make our way with our cross-country flight this evening. If you are watching the replay of the live stream or watching it live, welcome to the Flying Doghouse. Leg number 4 of our cross-country series. We started out in Key West. We're making our way up the eastern seaboard of the U.S., with our final stop being in Maine. So we'll be doing this for a bit, primarily in the Cessna 414. I just picked up the Cessna 172 from Carenado, so we're giving it a little bit of a cross-country shakedown, if you will. A full review will be available on the channel in a few days.
Daytona approach, Skyline 510 Sierra Lima is holding shore runway 23 at the land airport, looking to pick up our IFR to X-ray 39er.
And we are using sayintentions for our air traffic control and comms.
Skyline 510 Sierra Lima, Daytona approach. I wasn't able to find a flight plan. Confirm your SimBrief username is entered correctly.
So I guess I've had my sayintentions subscription now for a little bit more than a month. And I am quite enjoying the experience. I have seen some glitches, right? Still a relatively new product. So on one of these cross-country legs, we'll declare an emergency so that you can see how sayintentions.ai handles that. So. But for tonight, we're just going to relax and enjoy the Florida morning
Cessna 3 Alpha
sunshine.
Zulu, contact Daytona departure on 118.85.
Daytona departure on 118.85, November 123 Alpha Zulu. Daytona departure, November 123 Alpha Zulu is with you 1,800 feet, approximately 3 nautical miles north of New Smyrna Beach, making our way to Jacksonville Executive as our final destination.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Daytona departure. Good morning, New Smyrna Beach, altimeter 29901.
Altimeter 29901, 123 Alpha Zulu. So that was our altimeter setting from the last handoff. So we don't have any changes to make there. We'll just continue to make our way. And I am using the 172 with the wheel shoes. God, that just makes me laugh. The wheel fairings. So the airplane looks like Route 66, and we've dressed up our kicks, I guess. At any rate. I believe this particular airplane has 8 liveries available when you purchase it out of the marketplace. You get it up close on the texturing on this. It's very, very good.
Daytona approach, this is Sirius 6 Delta Kilo, with you level at 7,000, on heading at 165. Good evening, Ormond Beach, altimeter is 29908, for Sirius 6 Delta Kilo.
Excuse me.
Sirius 6 Delta Kilo, I need you at flight level 270, sir.
Flight level 270 for Sirius 6 Delta Kilo.
And we continue to make our way northbound. We're now coming up on Daytona Beach. See Daytona Beach's runway off of our 9 o'clock.
Daytona approach helicopter Joker 11 negative. I have a malfunction in my transponder.
Joker 11, without a working transponder, I can't provide flight following. Stay clear of controlled airspace and proceed visually.
Roger, Joker 11.
Joker 11, negative radar contact. Please verify you're squawking 2525 and your transponder is set to mode C.
We're getting good performance out of the sim tonight. The frame rate. So far, no multiplayer shenanigans to be had, so I'm appreciative of that. Thank you. I am planning on doing a Warbird Wednesday flight this week at 8:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Will be high-speed jetting, I think, somewhere in the UK. I'll put a post up in the community section of the YouTube channel and give you some information about that. So it'll either be high-speed jets or helicopters. I haven't decided yet. At any rate, flight plan will be posted over on Virtual Flight Online and our Discord. Again, that start time will be 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time this week on Wednesday. We're just continuing to chug along here, 1,350 feet. Excuse me. So we do have several aircraft reviews coming up on the channel.
I have clearance to direct roster, please. Give me 1 second for that clearance.
And we're featuring a couple of sceneries as well.
I have direct rooster, please.
And again, if you are joining us for the live stream or the replay, we are using Say Intentions. We are making our way leg number 4 of our East Coast cross-country USA trip. Tonight's leg brought to you by the Carenado Cessna 172 that we just recently picked up. We'll pick back up with leg number 5 in the Cessna 414. So tonight's streaming flight should be about an hour. We're coming up on Ormond Beach.
To Munich Radio 132.455, speed of 3292, reverse to that.
956, please clarify your request for attention.
Daytona, Bonanza 956, we're just doing a radio check. Daytona ground, Bonanza A1956, how do you hear?
We are going to hear some variability in terms of voice from other folks using Say Intentions. I am not live sound mixing while I'm trying to fly. You are going to hear some changes in volume as we go. Drop a comment in the comments below. Let me know what you've picked up in the marketplace or what's your current favorite aircraft in the sim. I picked up the MH-60 helicopter. Well, I guess it's probably been about 2 weeks ago now.
TBM 0 Echo Sierra, contact Jacksonville Center on 134.0.
That aircraft is an absolute joy.
134.0 for TBM 0 Echo Sierra.
If you're interested in learning more about that, there is a video that we published probably about 4 or 5 days ago as a good cold and dark start on getting that aircraft up in the air and flying around a bit. Got a couple of cross-country flights to get published on the channel with that one as well. And then we're also looking at some freeware that's available over on Flightsim.to that dovetails nicely into the MH60. Actually, 2 scenery videos. And we are in the heart of allergy season again here in the southeastern U.S. We're approaching our fall season here, so we've got leaves falling and and if you're curious about this aircraft, it trims out very nicely. It's very comfortable to stick fly, so it's pretty much self-service. Get it trimmed out. Alright, so I'm expecting another handoff here. We're probably 35 miles maybe from Jacksonville. And the Say Intentions chatter tonight has been relatively quiet. But for those of you who don't have a subscription, hopefully this is giving you a feel for whether or not you may or may not enjoy this experience in the sim. I'm finding it now to be a don't want to fly without.
TBM-23 Golf Contact Tower on 120.7.
Tower 120.7, TBM-23.
Yeah, the other thing that I would say about flying this way is that, you know, you definitely have to get comfortable with your aircraft and understand some of its performance particulars and locations of things in the cockpit. So again, we all enjoy different things in the sim. I'm definitely quite enjoying this as an experience. Would wholeheartedly recommend it. If you aren't sure, then I would say grab a 24-hour free trial over a weekend and give it a shot. It really is a lot of fun. And we're chugging along here.
Turn left leading to 10, American 537. Descend and maintain 25,000 feet and ID 225, American 537.
And if you are just joining the flight, we are using sayintentions.ai for comms and ATC. You are going to hear recorded pilots and live folks who are using ATC and Say Intentions in my immediate vicinity. So get to hear lots of different kinds of accents and voices, which is enjoyable. are moving right along. We're almost to Palm Coast.
Prestige 101, turn left heading 225. Prestige 101, climb and maintain flight level 260.
Climb and maintain flight level 260, Prestige 101.
Yeah, I think one of the amazing things about the east coast of the United States is how much work the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has done with the Intracoastal Waterway. Definitely having a good look at part of it here. For your nice leisurely cruise. Complete with fun places to stop and places to grab a bite to eat. Right now we're operating toward the top of the green for our airspeed mark. Making our way up the beach. Excuse me. I think our planned flight time was right at about an hour. And we're right at about the 53-minute mark from when I started the stream, so we're almost home.
Departure, Freight Runners 196, requesting 10,000 feet, please. Freight Runners 196, climb and maintain 10,000 feet.
Roger, up to 10,000 feet for Freight Runners 196. Climbing to 10,000 feet, altimeter 3002, Freight Runners 196.
Skyhawk 1 Whiskey Echo. Contact Jacksonville Center on 134.575.
Jacksonville Center on 134.575, Skyhawk 7 Whiskey Echo.
Delta 196, contact Jacksonville Center on 132.825.
For the Jacksonville Center, Delta 196.
And I'm expecting a handoff here in a few minutes. We're almost to St. Augustine now. It looks like a hotel resort with a pool. Yeah, one of the things that I think continues to improve in Flightsim 2024 is sort of at the water's edge rendering. It continues to get better and better. I've noticed that particularly in the Outer Banks off the coast of North Carolina, the salt marshes are nicely done. Not near as much polygoning as we grew accustomed to seeing in 2020.
VFR and frequency departure or Unicom frequency we've got at 122.8. Have a nice day. And we'd like to go ahead just before we go and cancel our IFR. We cancel 51 Lima Charlie.
Columbia 1 Lima Charlie, roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
Squawking VFR, frequency change approved. Good day. Squawking VFR 1200 for 51 Lima Charlie.
Yeah, I think there are 4 runways at Jax Exec, if I'm remembering correctly. We'll see which one they give us. And if you have joined along for the live stream tonight, I appreciate you being along for the flight. If you feel so inclined, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you as a channel member. We are continuing to grow at a steady pace. And we have quite a bit of content ready to go.
Zulu, contact Jacksonville departure on 120.75.
All right, we've got our handoff here. November 123 Alpha Zulu frequency change. All right, so that was 120.75. Jacksonville departure, November 123 Alpha Zulu is with you 1,700 feet, making our way to Jacksonville Executive as our final destination today.
Cessna 123 Alpha Zulu, Jacksonville departure. Good morning, Hastings, altimeter 29901.
Altimeter 29901, 123 Alpha Zulu. The barometric pressure altimeter settings has not changed this whole flight.
Center on 125.95, TDM 23 Golf.
Excuse me.
TDM 23 Golf traffic at your 12 o'clock, 5 miles, at 8,500 feet, type unknown.
Jacksonville approach, negative traffic. TDM 23 Golf.
TDM 23 Golf, roger.
Okay. Welcome to St. Augustine Beach. Excuse me. Landing lights on here. And if you've joined the live stream, welcome. Flying Doghouse leg number 4 cross-country trip. We are using Say-Intentions, and we did switch aircraft tonight to the Carenado 172 that was just recently released. So we're giving it a cross-country go here. And we have recorded our review, so we'll be publishing that next few days. Along with quite a lot of other stuff, so got a stockpile of content ready to share.
St. Augustine departure. November 77723 Golf is at 2,100, climbing to 3,000.
November 77723 Golf, Jacksonville approach, radar contact.
Jacksonville approach, TDM 23 Golf, request frequency change back to St. Augustine Tower. We need to do an immediate landing.
TDM 23 Golf approved. Contact St. Augustine Tower on 127.625.
Yeah, we've got Northeast Regional at our 10 o'clock. slightly to the northwest of St. Augustine. I think I mentioned this in the previous video. What I am planning on doing once we finish the East Coast swing, once we get to Maine, then we're going to make our way across the Great Lakes. And we'll change aircraft into something different for that. But primarily, this East Coast swing is going to be pretty steady diet of the Cessna 414, as I mentioned at the beginning of the series.
Kodiak, November 965, Papa Tango, 3,000 for 4,500.
Kodiak, November 965, Papa. Tango, Jacksonville approach, radar contact. Kodiak 5, Papa Tango, contact Jacksonville approach on 118.175.
118.175, 5 Papa Tango.
Yeah, and I think this live stream is probably going to run a little bit long tonight, but that's okay.
Jacksonville departure, November 7723 Golf is at 2,600, climbing to 9,000.
November 7723 Golf, Jacksonville departure, radar contact.
Okay, we've been enjoying some of the scenery here, so I am going to make my way back over toward the magenta line here.
I'm going to go ahead and climb up to south.
Skyhawk 2 Sierra Papa Squawk 3427 and ident.
Skyhawk 172 Sierra Papa squawking 3427 and ident. Roger.
And we'll turn the volume up a little bit on Say Intentions again. It's gotten a little bit lower. It does vary. Anyway, I think we'll be fine for our run in here to Jax Executive.
Jet 5 Mike Echo, turn right, heading 240.
Mike 240, this is Jet 5 Mike Echo. Jet 5 Mike Echo, turn left, heading 180. Left heading 180, this is Jet 5 Mike Echo.
We'll see if that helps a little bit. And we are closing in on our final destination now, so. Oh, wow. Salt marsh there is incredible.
Still no contact with that traffic flyer there, 780. Clear flyer there, 780. Flyer there, 780, you've got that traffic flight now.
Jacksonville departure, November 123, Alpha Zulu radio check.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, roger, reading you loud and clear. Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, contact Craig Tower on 132.1.
132.1, 123 Alpha Zulu, frequency change. Good morning, Craig Tower, November 123 Alpha Zulu, type Cessna 172, requesting clearance to land.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, enter left base for runway 23.
Left base for runway 23, 123 Alpha Zulu. Okay, so we'll need to get our situation situated here. Yeah, so we're in a good orientation to set ourselves up for a downwind left base for runway 23 here. Start getting ourselves set up for that.
Skyhawk 27 Foxtrot, you'll stay with me for departure.
27 Foxtrot, roger.
Skyhawk 27 Foxtrot, roger.
And for those of you who do have a subscription to sayintentions.ai, I'm curious if you have observed any change in volume of ATC as you have progressed across a flight. I've seen this a couple of times already. Just curious. We are coming over the top of a private airstrip. This looks like FD-48. We're continuing to make our way over to Jax Executive. The golf course is quite lovely. And we'll let Tower know when we are in the downwind phase. Which will be coming up shortly.
Papa Hotel, contact departure.
Departure to the hotel. Have a good day.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, winds 130 at 5, runway 23, cleared to land.
Winds 130 at 5. Runway 23, clear to land. November 123 Alpha Zulu. All right. Continue to get our situation situated. And we'll go ahead and extend here for a couple of minutes and we'll turn base. We'll do a short base and final. Very lovely looking little airport here. All right, we'll go ahead and flaps 10. Yeah, I think we can, we'll make this work.
Echo Papa Alpha, welcome to Craig. Contact ground on 121.8.
Contacting ground on 121.8.
Echo Papa Alpha, contact departure.
Contacting departure.
We'll just let her settle onto the runway here. There we go. All right. Welcome to Jacksonville Executive.
Cessna 3 Alpha Zulu, contact ground on 121.8.
Ground 121.8, 123 Alpha Zulu. I hope you have enjoyed the flight. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. And with that, make our way off the active.
25 Bravo, welcome to Craig. Contact ground on 121.8.
Ground 121.8, November 25 Bravo.
We'll hold short here and contact ground, and we will leave it here. I hope everybody is keeping well. Thanks for joining the live stream or watching the replay. Until next time, keep well.